So, have you ever thought about turning your love for pets into a real, actual business? But then, the reality hits. Managing all that inventory, the nightmare of shipping, not to mention the huge upfront costs, it just feels like way too much, right? Well, today we're going to look at a business model that claims to get rid of all those headaches. We're breaking down this whole idea of a 48-hour pet store to see what the deal really is. All right, let's get into it. It really taps into that dream so many of us have, doesn't it? The dream of making a living from something you're truly passionate about. But man, the reality of finding products, storing them, and shipping them out, it's enough to stop that dream right in its tracks. So here's the big question they're asking. What if you could just skip all that? What if you could get a business up and running in just a couple of days? Let's dig in and see how they claim this actually works. All right, section 1, the vision. So what are we actually talking about here? What does the end result look like? Well, we're not talking about just some basic, thrown-together web page. The goal is to give you a really high-quality, professional-looking online brand, something that looks and feels like a totally legitimate, polished pet store with a hand-picked selection of awesome products. Just imagine your store offering this amazing, hand-picked collection of cool pet products. I mean, look at this, a luxury fashion jacket for a dog. We're talking stylish, practical, high-quality gear. This is the kind of stuff that a very specific group of pet owners is out there actively looking for right now. The whole point is to create a unique collection that really makes you stand out from the crowd. And hey, it's definitely not just about dogs. The market out there is absolutely huge. You could have a store for all sorts of pets. Think about it, offering stuff like an automatic water fountain to keep cats happy and hydrated, or these cool chew toys to keep birds busy and healthy. It's all about finding your own little corner, your own niche in that massive pet supply world. And this, right here, is the end game. Happy customers. I mean, check out this review. Absolutely love shopping here. The products are top-notch, and my fur baby couldn't be happier. A review like that just shows you the incredible potential. See, when you're delivering great products and building a brand people trust, you're not just making sales. You're actually building a community of fans who will come back again and again. That's what every business owner dreams of, right? Okay, so the vision is pretty clear, right? A beautiful online store, happy customers, but how in the world do you actually pull that off without a ton of cash or years of experience? Well, that brings us to the core of this whole thing. Let's talk about the engine that's supposed to make it all run. The whole concept is called turnkey dropshipping. And here's the most important part you need to get. With this model, you never touch the products yourself, not once. You get a professional, ready-to-go online store. A customer buys something from your site, and then your supplier ships it directly to them. Boom, that's it. You don't have to worry about inventory or storage at all. So you can pretty much think of it as a business in a box. They pitch it as everything you need to just hit the ground running. You get a pre-built store, you get access to suppliers who've already been checked out, and you even get some branding and marketing stuff to start with. Now, let's be real for a second. This doesn't mean there's no work to do, not at all. You're still the one who has to do the marketing, get people to your site, handle customer service, all that good stuff. This just takes care of the initial setup and the product side of things. Okay, let's really put this in perspective. Think about the old way of doing retail. You'd have to buy a ton of inventory up front, find a place to store it all, and then spend all your time packing boxes and running to the post office. That's a huge amount of money and a massive risk before you've even made a single sale. With dropshipping, it's the complete opposite. You have zero inventory risk, and someone else handles all the shipping. Now, yeah, there are trade-offs. Your profit margins might be a bit smaller, and you have less control. But when it comes to the cost to get started, it's like night and day. All right, this is where things get really interesting. We've talked about the what, that awesome online store. We've covered the how, the turnkey model. So now let's talk about the when, because honestly, the biggest selling point here is pure speed. Think of this as your ultimate launchpad. 24 to 48 hours. That's the headline number. The promise is that a whole brand, a professional-looking store already loaded up with products from suppliers, can be handed over to you, ready for you to start marketing in just 1 to 2 days. Think about that. In less than 2 days, the entire foundation of your business is built and ready to go. So when the path seems this clear and the launch is this fast, the pitch really boils down to one simple question for you. Are you ready to go for it? It completely changes the idea of starting a business from this huge, months-long project into something you could literally kick off over a weekend. You've seen the vision, you've seen the engine, now the ball is in your court. And of course, the final step in their pitch is a clear call to action. For anyone who's listening and thinking, hey, this sounds interesting, the next step is spelled out for you. We're showing this because it's part of the material we're looking at. So if you do want to check out this specific service, you can start your journey at ecomchief.com. So I want to leave you with something to think about. Look, the promise of getting a business off the ground in 48 hours is incredibly appealing, no doubt about it. But the real work? That starts at hour 49. So the real question isn't just what you can launch in 2 days, it's what kind of successful, long-lasting brand are you prepared to build on top of that foundation? What could you truly create?